I'm about to cook. I'm about to make brown stew chicken. So I'm just going to be cleaning my chicken. After I clean up the chicken, I will get right back to you. Okay? So I have cleaned, cut, and washed my chicken. And for the record, I also washed my sink. So now I'm going to season. I do season my chicken. So first, I'm going to add my canned pepper. I'm going to add my Maggi chicken bouillon. I use this as my all-purpose seasoning. I have my garlic powder. And if you know me well enough, you know I don't cook without my herbs. So I have my basil. I have some cilantro. And most importantly, browning. I am making brown stew chicken. So I am adding my browning. And I have some fish and meat sauce. Oh, you're done. Have some fish and meat sauce. Hold on, let me get these out of my way. I don't want to be bumping into anything. Sorry. Okay, now let me rinse my hands. I rinse my hands because I'm going all in. Okay, so now I'm going to rub in my seasoning. And I love to make a connection with my meat. You would never see me seasoning my meat in a glove because I need to caress my meat. I love to make a connection. Okay, so see, now I'm going to cover and leave to marinate. Let me wash my hands. Okay, so I have my dash pot. It is dry. Turn my stove, and then I am going to add some olive oil in my pot. It is small, so it's not much. Yeah, so see, it's a small amount just to make sure that I have oil in my pot. Leave that to hot. So while waiting on the oil to hot, I am putting on my other pot. Yes, I catch the hot water from the sink. So I'm just going to leave that to boil. Okay, so my oil is hot, and this is what my seasoned chicken look like. So I'm going to be putting them in the oil. And I'm going to stir just to get the oil into the meat. Yes. then I'm going to cover or cover and leave to cook. Here I have my whole wheat flour. I'm going to add some sea salt, and I am going to add some butter. Yes, I like my dumplings moist. I'm going to mix to incorporate the butter and the salt into my wheat flour. And I don't use my hand to mix my flour. I always use a fork. I don't use my hands. So I'm going to be mixing the knead. Before I start kneading the flour, I just want to give the chicken a quick stir. Yes, because see, it is cooking at the bottom but not at the top. And remember, I did not throw any water in it. The chicken is steaming in the water that it springs from itself. So you know the chicken springs a whole lot of water. I did not add any water. Have to mess up my stove. Okay, my dumplings. Okay. So obviously my pot is boiling. So I'm going to mix my flour. Yes, I don't use my hands to mix the flour at all. I just don't like it. I don't like mixing the flour with my hands at all. So I'm mixing my flour. And I like my dumpling moist. Yes, so when I use the butter, it makes them moist and soft. I love me some soft dumplings. Now I am going to be kneading my flour. Don't want to length out the video too much, but see, I'm all done making my dumplings. I am making my dumplings. See how neat my dumpling is? Neat and thick. So as you can see, my pot is boiling. So it's time for my dumplings. My dumplings are so neat. And I'm going to stir because I don't want my dumplings sticking to the pot. So I stir them on a little, then I cover. Did not add any water to my chicken. I have it steaming in the water that it springs from the meat. I did not add any water because I didn't have to, but because we don't play with salmonella, I'm going to add some boiled water, not too much. Just enough to cook the chicken properly. Alright, so I'm going to cover that and leave. Okay, so I have 2 potatoes, and then also have some frozen cassava. I peel and freeze them because I don't want them to spoil. So I am going to be washing and peeling these. And this is when we're not going to be friends. We're not going to be friends when you're boiling over on my stove. We're not going to be friends when you're boiling over on my stove. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Honestly, that damaged my appetite. I don't like it. Okay, so I'm putting the cassava, and I ended up using just 1 potato. So I'm putting the cassava and the potato, and then I'm going to remember to cut the pot cover this time. Cut and turn the stove down. Let's get back to the chicken. Okay, so I have bits and pieces of vegetables from my previous cooking. And if you don't know me a long time, I don't know, so I'm missing nothing on waste, nothing on dash way. So I'm just going to be using these vegetables in my brown stew. Alright, so I'm going to peel and clean them up, and then I'll get back. I don't want to length out the video. Okay, so I have peeled and washed my vegetables, and now I am going to be cutting them up. But you and I know that I'm not going to do them all on the video because I don't want it to be too lengthy. Alright? Yes. So after cutting them up, I will come back, and then we get to the next thing. Okay, now that I'm finished cutting my seasoning, I'm going to add them to my pot. Oops. Guess I didn't see these. They were hiding. Okay. Why am I stretching? I don't need to stretch. I'm stirring to incorporate the seasoning in the chicken. Okay. I need to add my sauce and some butter. I'm going to add some butter. And I'm adding my sauce. You know, don't need I'm not going to fashion. I have to spill it out. Can't waste my nice sauce. I don't want to say not true. I don't want to say, man. Mixing to incorporate the sauce in the gravy. My brown stew chicken is coming along perfectly. And just like that, we're all done. Can't stir too much now because the cassava will mash up. Jesus, please. That done. Let me check on my chicken. Ooh, yummy. This looks so good. You can see, right? Looks so good. Let me show you. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Ooh. Yummilicious. And I know that nobody wants brown stew without gravy, right? So we're done here. Look at that. All done. Yummilicious. Well, 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 well. They say all good things must come to an end. But in my case, it's a very good ending because I'm hungry. My dinner is finished cooking. And we are ready to eat. Water have a drop on my stove. We are ready to eat. Yes. And you know me, one thing is for certain and two things is for sure. I cannot eat in a dirty kitchen. So look, my kitchen is squeaky clean. It is squeaky clean. So let's eat. Okay. I'm ready to share. Dinner, guys. My mouth run water. I kid you not. I cannot lie. I cannot lie. Mouth run water. I kid you not. Yes, ma'am. I cannot talk. Butter on water. Mm. Yes, I have to garnish with my vegetables, you know. All right. Sorry. Cassava mash up, you know. Jeez. The cassava they fight me. See it? Cassava mash up. One thing is for certain and two things is for sure. I am not sharing one dumpling and then when I turn off a camera, I went and share another one. I'm sharing a man's meal, okay? A man's meal. And when you're sharing a man's meal, you share it like a man's meal. Come on. And just like that, dinner is served. Dinner is served. Bon appetit, everybody.